They said he was paranoid, bitter, obsessed with enemies that didn't exist. But what if Tupac was right all along? A long-buried interview has re-emerged, one that changes everything we thought we knew about the East versus West beef, the music industry, and the man once hailed as New York's finest. In the mid-90s, Tupac sat down with Angie Martinez for what should have been just another radio interview. But what he said that day was so explosive, so raw, that it never aired in full. Until now. For decades, the full tape of Tupac's interview with Angie Martinez remained sealed. Only fragments were shared, carefully selected, edited, sterilized. But now, that long-forgotten conversation has resurfaced and spread across social media like wildfire. What fans discovered wasn't just a rapper venting, it was a prophecy. Tupac's words, buried in time, are now hitting harder than ever. He wasn't just talking about rivalries or records. He was trying to warn us. And in that warning was a name he couldn't ignore: Diddy. Tupac didn't dance around it. He went straight for the throat. To him, Diddy wasn't just a flashy executive or a club-hopping celebrity. He was something else, someone operating behind the scenes, pulling strings far beyond music. Tupac accused Diddy of orchestrating events, deadly events. He believed the 1994 Quad Studios shooting that left him bleeding on the floor wasn't some random street beef. It was a setup, a message, and he believed Diddy was behind it. But Tupac wasn't done. He said Diddy's power came not just from his money, but from his alliances, dark ones. Ones that protected him, elevated him, and silenced anyone who dared to speak up. Everyone saw the headlines, East versus West. But to Tupac, that war was just smoke and mirrors. He believed there was a deeper conflict at play, one rooted in manipulation, control, and exploitation. He saw how gangsta rap was being pushed, not to uplift, but to divide. And he believed someone was profiting off the chaos.
Someone like Diddy.
To Tupac, the rap game wasn't just about hits, it was a tool used to control minds and communities. And those pulling the strings weren't artists, they were engineers of destruction. Tupac painted a picture few were ready to see. He described Bad Boy Records not as a label, but as a front for something darker. He said the moves Diddy made, who he signed, how he handled rivals, who he partnered with, resembled a mob operation more than a business. He hinted at money laundering, violence, and high-level corruption masked behind platinum albums and champagne-soaked parties. This wasn't a diss track. It was a full-blown exposé. So, why didn't we hear this sooner? Why was this interview, recorded at the height of Tupac's fame, locked away? Angie Martinez admitted she only aired a portion of it. She said it was to avoid escalating violence, to keep the peace. But that's not the whole story. According to industry insiders, it wasn't Angie's call. It was Diddy using his influence to block the release. The truth? Too dangerous. The full tape? Buried. Until now. Then came Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, a man who saw everything. And when he finally spoke, he didn't hold back. Gene said Diddy wasn't just threatened by Tupac. He was obsessed with him, copied his fashion, his charisma, even chased after the same women. But no matter how hard Diddy tried, he couldn't replicate Tupac's magic. Because Pac had something Diddy never did: authenticity. He didn't buy loyalty. He earned it. And Gene believes that obsession, that jealousy, played a key role in the war that followed. To Tupac, Diddy wasn't just a man. He was a symbol, a mirror reflecting everything broken in the industry. Greed over growth, image over integrity, power over purpose. Tupac stood for revolution, for truth, for the people.
Diddy stood for the machine.
Pac wasn't trying to outshine Diddy. He was trying to expose him. And that made him dangerous. After Tupac's murder, the world mourned. But many moved on. Now, decades later, we're forced to ask, was he silenced for knowing too much? His warnings feel less like rants and more like reports. He knew who was playing puppet master, and he was ready to cut the strings. But before he could, someone cut him down. Fast forward to today. The federal spotlight is now on Diddy.
Raids. Testimonies.
Investigations. Everything Tupac hinted at is now unraveling in real time. The same people who once dismissed his claims? Now they're pulling up receipts. Pac wasn't just ranting. He was revealing the blueprint of a broken empire. And piece by piece, that empire is collapsing. Today, Tupac's words echo louder than ever. He wasn't just an artist. He was a prophet. He saw what others ignored. He said what others were too scared to whisper. And now, the truth he spoke is breaking through the surface. The full interview may be decades late, but it couldn't have dropped at a more perfect time. Because now, the world is finally ready to listen. Tupac didn't just predict a fall, he tried to prevent it. He exposed the machine, the puppets, and the players. And now, it's all coming to light. If you believe Pac saw the truth long before the rest of us did, smash that like button. Hit subscribe for more and censor revelations. And drop a comment. Was Tupac warning us all along? The system tried to erase his voice, but it's still here. Louder, stronger, unforgettable. Still catching your breath from that tea? Drop a like, then hit subscribe for more tea with me, your gracious host Jessica, so you're first in line for every jaw-dropping, mouth-watering, juicy reveal. With more drama on the horizon, you definitely don't want to get left behind. Come again by dropping a like and subscribing now.